need you to know that.
Yeah.
Because the difference in winning and losing that game is the difference between attempting the field goal and not. And if you didn't attempt the field goal because you thought it was a 68-yarder, that's fine. But it was a 62-yarder.
Yeah,
I don't like stupid.
Yep.
I need my coaches to be smart. So, and I'm not saying Aaron Glenn is not smart, but Aaron Glenn, if you did not know it was a 62-yarder, that is the difference between winning and losing a football game.
Yeah.
Attempting a 68-yarder is asinine, but attempting a 62-yarder in the 2025 NFL season.
And they had a timeout too, though, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Let's also talk about the sequence before halftime. You run a fake punt, get it, run the ball, then you just let the clock run out.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why even run the fake in the first place
Yeah. Right.
if you weren't going to try to continue to score on the drive?
Good point.
It was like
stupid.
They're like just bad. Like you said, they're dumb decisions.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like your job's not safe when you're making those types of decisions.
Yeah.
And I gave him a lot of grace, knowing he's coming from the Dan Campbell school and whatnot. And yeah, Dan Campbell started off 8-1, I believe, to start off. Yeah. But guess what? Dan Campbell was fighting in those games. Mm-hmm. They were in games that they had no business being in. They were giving everybody a tough time. They were making good coaching decisions. They were going for risk.
Well, Care Bear,
this is ridiculous.
Care Bear, when you decide to get a coach, right? And for the Jets ain't the Titans. You know what I mean? They big time. Okay, and you say, all right, here's a deal for 4 years, whatever you do, right? You hoping that this guy's gonna change the franchise.
Yeah.
So, what you think 1 year was good enough? You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to at least give at least 2, at least 3.
No, absolutely not.
At least 2.
Absolutely not.
I feel shady on at least one and a half.
Because you got to get
1.5.
You got to get your players in there. You know what I mean? You got to get your
for sure. There's a baseline level. Look
Hold on, though, for a second. He chose Justin Fields.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, he outbid teams, people. We know Justin Fields' agent closely.
Well, he might not know how bad. He didn't know how bad he was. Like, he knew he was bad.
Nah, he
but he didn't know how bad he was. Like, he didn't know he was, like, terrible.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's some bad.
Bro. He wouldn't outbid for Justin Fields if he didn't see Justin Fields' track record. And again, no, Justin Fields does not have a great track record, but I don't think they offensive system helps him out either. It's a bad fit in general, but yeah, it's just a bad fit.
Players that could kind of do decent. And
somebody got to go.
There's too bad.
Like,
you know what I mean?
You said, you know what, Steelers, I'm going to outpay you for Fields, and then you say Aaron Rodgers.
I think the coaching is worse though. It's worse than Justin Fields.
Fields is no.
Yeah, no, just does not make sense. Doesn't make sense whatsoever.
At the end of the day, man, 2 brothers got jobs. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
And on the Aaron Rodgers note too, that is interesting. They let Aaron Rodgers go, knowing that Aaron Rodgers wanted to be there. Very interesting. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Appreciate you for watching. Subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed. Go to the next topic.
Talk about a team that actually.
All right, y'all, we got Speak Easy. I can't say Baker is the MVP yet. I can agree with that. I think it's a tight race. I don't think there's a clear. I mean, you can break it down and come up with one, but this conversation is going to change every week. But I think it's a lot of. I think it's not a lot. I think it's a handful of guys in the MVP conversation right now.
Does have a good offense in the NFC. Let's talk about the Buccaneers getting another victory, have the best record in the NFC, and Baker Mayfield playing at an unbelievable level. We have a video right here from today. I mean, just look at it. He's running away with this MVP.
College teammate.
That's terrible.
Oh, yes, he is. He fights through the sack.
That's even worse right there.
Oh, my goodness, he's done it again.
That's terrible.
I mean, what's happening right now?
I could agree with that.
Watching nobody's missing tackles. Who are these guys?
Don't do that too
No,
far.
I'm be honest.
Don't
like,
do that too
can anybody
far.
name me?
My top 3 right now. I mean, if I had to default to somebody, I might default with Josh Allen. But my top 3, in no order really, would probably be Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford, and Baker. But I think there's some very close guys in that conversation right now as well.
Anybody missed the tackle
Don't
here?
do that too far.
Y'all need to know the numbers. 47. Who was that?
Yeah, I mean,
I know Baker's a great play.
Yeah,
great play. But I just want to talk about I don't know who 47 is. 56. I don't like. We just
Here's what we can do.
Number 20. Who are these?
I know Mike Hill
Who are
Williams
these
number
guys,
98.
though? Who are these
Here's-
dudes?
Here's
Look,
what
come
we
on,
can
man.
do, though.
Come on. Baker is playing
Bro,
unbelievable. He's not supposed to make that play against anybody.
Bro, this was nice. This was fantastic. Who are these? Look at this. Who does this though? Who do that? Baker Mayfield shaking you and stick. Who's doing that? I'm not even hating.
I don't know if Shady ain't been watching the past 2 years. Baker been in Tampa Bay, but he been doing this. He just ran over. Was that Bobby Wagner? Was that 2 years ago? And then last year he had some tough runs running through linebackers.
Shady, you're hating.
Bro, listen.
You're hating. You're hating.
This play,
You're
bro.
absolutely hating.
Okay, well, let me say this then. I think Baker Mayfield right now is number 2 MVP right now. Number 2 guy for MVP right now. I'm giving it to him.
Josh?
Behind Josh Allen, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're not even. Yeah, they're not. Come on, man. Tighten
Yeah,
up. They're not
dude,
close.
they played great.
Anyway,
Oh no,
close
facts.
right now.
That was a good performance for only being there for that
I'm not
short
saying in
amount of
talent
time.
and whatnot. I'm saying in an MVP race.
Shady, you're hating right now.
You
can
hating,
I,
bro.
can I
You
establish
hating.
Shady's
Wait, real
hating?
quick.
Can we establish that Shady's hating?
No,
Shady,
wait,
you hating
y'all
a
let me
little bit,
finish. All I'm saying is
Finish.
because he
No, I think Shady cleaned it up with giving him number 2 for MVP. But the comment on the run is Baker do that. He do that.
I'm tired.
don't put him in front of him and Josh. Don't lead him.
Baker Mayfield is above Josh Allen in the MVP race
Yes,
right now.
he is right
And it's
now.
not particularly
He
close.
is right now.
I got to look at the numbers. Man. Oh no.
It's not
I'll
particularly
pass
close.
the mic. Go ahead.
That's interesting.
Thank you. I'll receive the mic.
I play Steelers Thursday. Oh no, I ain't gonna lie. That's gonna be tough. That Steelers defense playing nasty right now.
My time with this.
Josh is
They're not in the same class.
of course, as a talent, they're not at all. However, Baker Mayfield this season is outplaying every quarterback in the National
It's been
Football
6
League.
games.
Yeah, we said right now. I didn't say he's the MVP for eternity. He's the MVP today, Shady.
Okay.
said you-
I didn't know they do this in 6 games.
If he passed the mic, ain't it my turn to talk? Ain't that what happened when you pass the mic?
I think so. I think it is your turn.
Goodness
Go ahead.
gracious, people. Now,
Some decorum.
Baker Mayfield is the runaway MVP right now in the NFL. Number 1, his record suggested 5-1 with some legitimate wins. Number 2, his statistics suggested 12 touchdowns to only 1 interception. Number 3, this is not like this is luck, nor is it fortune. He ended last season, and he had last season strong as well. Baker Mayfield was just really a legitimate quarterback. And think about what Baker Mayfield did today. No Chris Godwin, no Mike Evans, Emeka Buka hurt, Bucky Irving didn't play, and another 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Baker Mayfield plays the quarterback position more consistently from a mentality standpoint and more consistently from a physical standpoint. I would suggest that maybe any other.
Baker numbers are a little better than Josh, and rushing yards and 3 TDs. Stafford really didn't have a crazy game.
Player in football plays their position every single Sunday. He comes to work tough as nails, running people over and doing whatever the hell it takes to advance. 3rd and 14, whatever it takes. Has to throw dimes, whatever it takes. Finding dudes on post, on goes, on nines, on comebacks, whatever it takes. Whatever you need from Baker, he gives it to you every single game. I'm putting respect on his name. What's wrong?
What's like, come on,
What's
man.
wrong, Shady?
Come
I
on,
literally
bro.
said nothing
This is
wrong there.
crazy though. Like you,
Nothing I said was wrong.
no, but bro, it's in 6 games. We giving MVPs in 6 games.
We always do. We
How
said,
many
who's the
games?
Yeah, I mean, you can have MVP conversations at this point. You can have MVP conversations after week 3. You know what I mean? Depending on how good of a performance individual players are having, you know. And I think it's a fair conversation right now. Like, it's okay. Like, it's not, I don't think they're saying yes, Baker Mayfield is automatically unanimous MVP, but it's like as of right now, you know, to say that he's in the lead in that conversation, I think that's fair.
You have to have a favorite.
3-game winning
You have a
drive.
favorite
that's-
right now.
I guess
Literally.
that's the TV stuff.
Do you-
I get it.
do you think
I
he's
guess we gotta
capable
do
of-
it for the job, but I can't. I'm sorry. I don't even know much about people in 6 games. Y'all do? 6 games?
Shady, we've seen him play against the Seahawks. We've seen him play against the Eagles.
He's balling,
We've
bro.
seen him play against the Niners.
Yeah.
Like,
I
we've
think-
seen him
I
play.
think-
And you've seen him in, Shady, I'll say this. In 6 games, you've learned a lot. It's not like they've been up by 40 points in all the 6 games.
Yeah.
They've had every different variation of NFL game in all 6. They've been trailing and had to come back and won.
Yeah.
They've been trailing and had to come back and lost. Philadelphia Eagles. They've had a consistent blowout win today against the Niners, if you will. They had a game where it wasn't even Baker's fault. The Jets block a kick, take it back. Baker has to lead them again, and they win. Like, in these 6 games,
I hear
we've
what
learned
you're
a
saying,
lot.
but what I'm telling you is
People were saying
just
Herbert
because
MVP.
I'm not praising him like y'all, that don't mean I don't
At
like
first,
him.
yeah.
I think he's a good quarterback. He's playing well. I've never seen him play this good. I'll give him credit. I'm just not going to put the pom-poms on and just say, yo, here's your MVP trophy in 6 games. I can't do that.
I'm not saying
another thing I can't say that you better than Josh Allen. Can't say that right now. How can you say that? They 5-1 too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He's outperforming Josh Allen is all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a better quarterback.
Listen,
I haven't lost my mind.
Right. But
He's just outperforming the man.
Because he needs to.
That's true too.
So if the Bills need Josh to do them certain things, he can do it.
That's fair.
He can do it, yeah.
That's fair.
All right, so I look at the whole picture here, right? And I think Baker's been so bad for so long.
No. That's a lie.
Okay.
That's a lie.
For that long.
That's a lie.
I ain't even finished. He's been great this whole time?
No, but the last 3 years
Okay,
he's been good.
so let me say,
so
so he's been bad for so long, and now he's turned this whole thing on. He's looking good his last 3 years. That's why you feel like that. That's why everybody can't wait. A really great player that does bad, right? Are we going to talk about that? A player that's been bad, and now he's nice, and now it's like he's a new person. It's like 2 different numbers. We going to praise that. That's why y'all acting like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that because I mean, we seen the same thing with Sam Darnold. Like, Sam was not playing good, and then turned it around and gave us a full season, not half a season, not 6 games. He gave us a full season of elite quarterback play with the Seahawks last year. And now we're 6 games in, and he's still doing it with the Seahawks. So it's like, I think it's okay, you know. I think, you know, they're allowed to turn it around, you know. And same thing with Baker again. You know, he had his ups and downs, and now he's in a spot of consistency, and he's been playing very good consistently with this team. Baker took the Browns to the playoffs and won a playoff game, and they let him go.
Right. So what I'm saying is, I love what he's doing. I love it, but I just need to. In 6 games, I can't just give him that right away.
That's
I can't
fair.
do it.
But here's my
can't
problem.
do that.
Here's my
I can't
problem,
do that.
though. And Care Bear, this goes before Speakeasy. This goes to Shady and I doing shows in the past. Here's my problem with Shady's take on this. Shady keeps kicking the can and kicking the can. I need to see more from Baker. I need to see more from Baker. I need to see more from.
React to the new USFL teams. How many teams they added? It's interesting, bro. I think I seen that video.
Baker. Eventually,
I didn't watch it, but I seen that video. I might give it a look, but
Baker's gonna stop showing him good. And then I told you, Shady, Baker's giving you 2.5 seasons of really good quarterback play.
What do you want me? I say he's good. He's a good quarterback.
I'm saying.
What do you want me to say? I'm not. I can't put him with the elite guys. Who the elite guys?
Josh.
Okay.
Pat.
Okay.
Lamar.
All right.
And maybe Stafford.
Bro, not.
But we talking about.
No more because
he's hurt.
Okay, cool.
No, but Lamar hurt right now too. So I mean, you gotta give Lamar the same thing. You can't. You know what I mean? We got to be fair. Pat playing good, but he's not playing better than Baker right now. So that's inconsistent.
I can't put him up with them guys.
3 teams left and they replaced him. Really? Oh wow, I didn't know this. Okay.
Guys yet. I can't do it. After 3 seasons y'all talking about, I can't do it.
That's not the conversation, though,
but when we talk, y'all, he wants me to do that, and I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I think he's doing well. I think he's doing great.
But can you?
He's playing well right now. He's playing winning football. The reason why they are winning is because of him.
But
I give him that love.
Here's my problem. You're downselling it.
Yeah.
Playing winning football is like Mac Jones is playing winning football.
I just said
Baker Mayfield is playing elite level.
He's playing
football.
at an elite level. He's playing.
Like,
I didn't say he's not.
Can you agree that he's playing at that
not.
level through 6 games? Can you agree that he's playing at the level of those guys?
Through the 6 games, he's playing well. He is playing well. He's playing phenomenal right now.
Thank you. That's
one of the words we use.
Phenomenal.
I said phenomenal. Great. But when we had his talks, and he wants to, when we off schedule or not, off the screen, right? He wants to talk about Baker, and I'm like, yo, I can't sit here like in real life and be going back and forth with you when you say things about Josh Allen. I'm not going to have a Josh Allen.
What's
Baker
up, Rock? How we doing,
I'm never
bro?
going to have that. But you want me to put him in there.
But I want you to say
I
this.
can't do it.
But you can say this.
Like right now, his team is playing better than Patrick Mahomes. I can't fix my mouth to say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That he's better. No,
But no,
I'll be saying that
which
the
one's left?
MVP race is the
Tripping.
best player.
But can't you say that through a month and a half,
Through 6 games.
Yes.
Yeah, through 6 games.
They're winning. Like,
Bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
that he's better? No,
But no. But I want you to say
I
this.
can't do it.
But you can say this.
Like right now, his team is playing better than Patrick Mahomes. I can't fix my mouth to say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
that he's better. No,
His team is playing not. Baker as an individual QB is playing better than Mahomes right now.
But no.
I'll be saying that the MVP
And that's okay. I think it's okay to say Baker is playing better than him right now. If we gave an MVP award away today, he'd be in better contention to winning that award than Mahomes. You know, I think it's okay to say that.
He races is the best player.
But can't you say that through a month and a half,
The Brahmas left? What? The Panthers and the Showboats. I can see the Panthers and the Showboats, but the Brahmas was tough. I like the Brahmas. I'm doing all right, bro. I think Ibuka is a big reason why the Bucks are doing good. I mean, yeah, Ibuka doing this thing, but you know, Baker show up though, regardless of who the receiver is. You know, just like again, Ibuka was just out, and Baker still did his thing.
Through 6 games.
Yes.
Yeah, through 6 games.
They're winning. Like,
Bro,
it's 2-5. If you and I are
Ibuka nice, but Baker definitely does the bigger a tribute to that success for sure.
watching a race and Usain Bolt is running, if Usain Bolt is losing through 50 meters, we can acknowledge, oh, Usain is losing right now. I'm not saying the other cat's going to win.
Well, I don't know much
I'm not saying the other cat's better. I'm just saying right now, Baker Mayfield is winning the race.
I don't know much about track.
Okay.
I don't. But I'll say this. There are some teams right now that's 4-2 that won't finish the year out going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That might happen.
That's true.
Yeah. So I don't want to play this game with all that. Right now, today, Baker Mayfield.
But you can't say that about the Bucks. You can't say the Bucks are not going to the playoffs. Like that. That's too easy.
It's balling.
Yeah.
He's probably playing top 1, top 2 best player in the league right now, the way he's playing. I give him that. It's a long season though, dog. That's all I'm saying. They 5-1 right now, or something like that. Forward, they playing well. They doing their thing. I don't know. I mean, I give it to them, but I just can't. I can't do what you doing. I can't do that.
I heard this, Care Bear. This is a quick aside. Maybe the most important thing I'll say for everybody watching the show I'm about to say. It was a psychologist said that the reason most relationships fail is because individuals are always looking for the worst in their partner as opposed to looking for the best in their partner. That's why most relationships fail. When somebody's looking for something to happen and something bad happens, you say, oh, I knew that was going to happen because my partner is a failure, as opposed to saying, oh, that happened, but that was an outlier. I feel like that's what LaShawn McCoy is doing with Baker Mayfield.
Well, why,
it's
though?
like, Shady, you're waiting for Baker to fail.
Who's saying that? Who's saying that?
Last year, he had a phenomenal season. This year, through 6 games, he's had a phenomenal season. He's just, I don't say
all three of the
phenomenal,
brothers now.
but he's just now,
But wait.
he's just really good. He's elite.
Like, how am I waiting for him to fail? I say he's playing phenomenal football right now.
Because you keep saying, I can't put him there. I can't put him there.
Can you put him up there?
Right now,
yeah.
You put him up there where?
right now.
Roger says the Steelers field is unplayable. That's interesting. Really? That's my first time hearing that.
You putting him up there with who?
What does he have to show you?
Because he's playing this. He starts talking about all these freaking counselors and all this other stuff. Are you going where are you putting him at?
Right underneath. Like,
oh, underneath. Okay, cool. All right.
He playing at the top 10 level right now.
Obviously,
top 10's cool.
This is my thing, though. This is my thing. The conversation
Yeah.
right now, I feel like, is about like, oh, what is he doing this season? Like in this individual season where we're gonna have to give out an MVP award for this season, who the most valuable player is. Right now, through 6 weeks, he's been the most valuable player. So I think he deserves to be in that conversation. And he's playing at a level that I don't think most people thought he would. Yeah. He's playing at the same level as Pat and Josh Allen through 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Now he has to do it the rest of the season, and I agree with that. Yeah. But I think right now, he's playing well. No, I don't think many people expected this.
Nobody.
We got some super chats.
Why didn't you expect that? He's number 1 pick overall. Why wouldn't you expect that?
Hey, I mean, because it hasn't
Come on now.
happened up till the most recently. Most recently is really where.
what's
So
super
you
chat?
pay him some money. So I expect him to do his job good. What?
All right, we got some super chats. Julius Rosewood said, Bucks beat the Seahawks and 49ers after they beat the Rams. The Bucks are 5-1 and have yet to have Mike, Godwin, Bucky, and Ibuka all on the field together yet. Nobody's beaten that team at full health. Damn, Bucks fans, they talking crazy already.
But they are balling though.
They are balling.
I like the Bucks though in the NFC. I like the way they play.
You know, maybe the most important thing about the Bucks is the one team that owns the NFC historically, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Bucks aren't scared of. Like that might be the most important thing that nobody's talking about. Like the
Bucks not, the Rams not. I feel like the Lions not. To be for real, I don't know how I feel about the Packers facing them. I think the Commanders got a shot, but I don't know how real that is. You know, if they met them in the playoffs, but would be interesting. What's up, MJ? How we doing? Good morning. Good morning.
Bucks, though the Eagles beat them this year, you could suggest the Bucks have the Eagles number. Like if there was one team that you trust in the NFC to beat the Eagles, and you can't really trust any team, but you could suggest like that one team is the Bucks. The Bucks have beaten the Eagles in a season like the Eagles are having this year, 2023.
Yep.
Eagles went to Tampa Bay. A.J. Brown was not there, albeit, and the Bucks beat that Eagles team. So the other thing that not enough people are talking about is the juggernaut of the NFC. The Bucks have proven to, at least at times, be a kryptonite to that Eagles team.
Yeah, I'd say them and the Rams for sure.
Eagles played the Bucks
this year.
Did we look great when we played them?
No.
Early on, they
We didn't look great when we played them. Did we win?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So how you don't have us ahead of them?
I do, but I'm suggesting that the one team that can be the Eagles' kryptonite has proven to be the Bucks.
Okay, all right. You know what,
what I'm
guys?
saying?
You know what,
Like-
guys? All right, hold up, real quick.
What, Shady?
Real quick.
What?
Let's do it, because now I got to do this, because y'all just, it's just so much Buck love. Because the Bucks are balling right now, but like, let's not get carried away. So in the NFC, right, if I play this game where I make you your money in your pocket, in your bank account, if you had to empty that thing and bet on one of these teams to go to the big dance, do you trust the Bucks or do you trust the Eagles?
Eagles, of course.
Okay.
I trust the Eagles.
The Bucks or the Rams? Only be one
That's
team.
the conversation.
I
That's a
don't
really
think it
good
is.
conversation.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
I think you could throw the Lions in there. I mean, I don't remember the last time they played each other, but I think the Lions are capable of beating them. But you know, Bucks and Rams might have the best shot.
This
Both
year's a
teams
really
won
good
Super
conversation.
Bowls. I mean, like
What you mean?
like as of recently, both teams have like won Super Bowl. The
That don't count.
I mean, I guess you
What
had
they talking
Brady
about?
and whatnot.
Brady, that don't
Bowles was still
That's
there
all good,
though.
that's all good.
my man. That's way. It's like
I know,
much-
I mean,
new
much
head
deal.
coach, Tom Brady. Like
They got a quarterback playing at the MVP level. That's what happened the last time they won a Super Bowl. I'm just being honest.
that was crazy.
Come on.
Is
that crazy?
He's going to break his mic. You do that.
All right, well, moving forward, we got to talk.
All right, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. Subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed. Don't remind me. All right, y'all, we got Speak Easy. It's over in Miami. Acho and Shady sound off on the Dolphins' dysfunction. That was a very unfortunate way to lose.
About
Not
the
gonna lie.
Chargers and the Dolphins. What a day. What a game. Like you said, Shady, you just turned it off and then you end up coming back. They find a way to lose. They snatch defeat from the jaws of victory once again. And Tua Tagovailoa yet again stood in front of a microphone and had some things to say. Let's go take a listen.
Well, I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys.
Boy, I think it starts with the leadership. And we were just having this conversation about leadership and Tua and Mike McDaniels 2 weeks ago. We were just, I'm pretty sure there's a video up there on the channel. And we had a more in-depth conversation that didn't get posted. But Zadarius Smith retired, really? Oh, wow. Interesting. But not feeling it. Now, I'm gonna let it finish and see where he goes with this. But, I mean, he is, if you have to look at the level of hierarchy, whether he's looked at as a leader or not, he is very high on that totem pole when it comes to leadership. Unless he's talking about the coaches. Unless he's talking about the leaders above him. Because that is, you know, who kind of has a bit more power. Emeka going to be out sometime with the hamstring injury. Yeah, the hammies, bro. Sometimes they have no timetables, bro. Sometimes. Like, it could be, and typically it's always more than 1 week. Always. But they so questionable.
Guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys.
That means Godwin, wide receiver 1. If Godwin is healthy, I mean, it's really no. I think at this point, it's no telling who's gonna be wide receiver 1. I think he's gonna figure that out as in the game. I don't think it's really a tell. All right, Rock, man, be blessed.
Guys, right? We're expecting.
Sterling getting more targets. Nah, what's his name? Tez Johnson and the other Johnson. Both of them, I think they led them in receiving yesterday. Cameron Johnson and Tez Johnson led them receiving yesterday. So I think it's just going to be like kind of just, whoever the ball gets to, I think it's going to be like that.
This, are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory?
I got you, Slime.
So it's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get cleaned up, and it starts with the little.
He don't even have to say stuff like this, bro. You don't need to be telling the media stuff like this, bro. You don't. That the players are showing up late to player-only meetings.
I have to make this man.
Bro, he be giving the media so much ammo. Like, you don't have to you don't have to air out what's going on inside the organization.
Mandatory. So it's a lot of things of that nature.
And that is a point of leadership. As a leader, you don't have to do that. You are, when you look at the team, the quarterback is put on the hierarchy of leaders. Now, whether the quarterback takes that position first, and if you're not, then they're gonna look elsewhere, and maybe it's another veteran on the team or something. But yeah, this was very unnecessary to tell to the media.
That we got.
It's only a problem now that they are losing. Didn't hear about this stuff 2 years ago. We back. Stream good. YouTube, we good. We good. We back. Okay, good money. All right. Yeah. Nah, I mean, no, Tua, he's progressively gotten more comfortable speaking to the media in this fashion. It wasn't like this when he first got there. It's been progressively more. He's been progressively more and more transparent with the media. So 2 years ago, it wasn't this bad. It's gotten worse, in my opinion. I don't think you do stuff like this.
Got to get cleaned up.
Because you start throwing people under the bus.
And it starts with the little things like that.
Yeah. So from Blackpink.
I got a lot to say.
He was also, I'll add this in because it's not in the video.
Never heard of that.
He was asked afterwards to clarify, are you saying that players weren't showing up to the team meetings or they were late? He was like, yeah. What are we doing?
Where my one shot, Rome? It's over in Miami, and it's over for Tua Tagovailoa, and it's over for Mike McDaniel, and it's over because of Tua Tagovailoa. Tua, you don't realize you just shot a bullet, but that joint came right back at you. If players don't show up to a players-only meeting, it's because they don't respect the leader. And the leader of
And I'm not going to lie, bro. As a coach, Mike McDaniel, bro, he got to check some of the stuff that Tua does, bro. He's a leader as well. He just let it go. He let it slide. Like, now, whether he sees it or not, that's on him. I don't know. But, like, you got to check this. You can't have him throwing other people under the bus. Because he did the same stuff with Tyreek. He's throwing Tyreek under the bus to the media. And I get that you want people to be accountable. So you're going to go out there and air how you feel about them out. But, again, as a leader, you don't do that. You don't air them out to everybody else. Because then you enable everybody else to be able to talk negatively about them.
the team is a quarterback. Players aren't not showing up to the players-only meeting because they don't respect Chris Gear. They're not showing up because they don't respect Mike McDaniel. They're not showing up because they don't respect you, Tua. They're not showing up because they don't believe in you, Tua. They're not showing up because they don't believe that players-only meeting is actually going to materialize into anything substantial, Tua. So the players not showing up to the players-only meeting is an indictment on you, Tua Tagovailoa. You are the leader of that team. You are the highest-paid player on that team. You are the captain of that team. You are who everybody's supposed to get behind and follow. Tua going up to the podium and saying we have players not showing up to players-only meetings indicts no person greater than it indicts himself. Now,
on that note, with the Eagles, I'm not gonna lie though. The thing is, the Eagles receivers want the ball because it would help them win. more, or it helped them win in larger margins. The Bucs receivers don't have to complain for the ball because they get the ball. You know, that's the difference there. You know, like the Eagles are getting by, and they're not utilizing these elite receivers. You know what I mean?
Now, with that being said, there's not enough reverence within the walls of the Miami Dolphins for the quarterback, and there's not enough reverence for the coach. I've been a part of a couple players-only meetings in my day. The most professional one I'll say was when I was on the New York Giants for 6 weeks there. Justin Tuck, Super Bowl champ, Antrell Roll, multiple-time All-Pro, Pro Bowler. They called a players-only meeting. OCU Manura, Mathis, Kiwi. We were all there. And we're there because we respect Tuck. We respect Antrell Roll. We respect Kiwi. Like, we're there because we respect the OGs. It wasn't a Tom Coughlin thing. It was a players-only meeting. So if players aren't showing up for a players-only meeting, they don't respect the lead player. Not they don't respect the coach. Not they don't respect Stephen Ross, the owner. Not they don't respect the general manager. They don't respect the player. My last thought, 2-5, because I know you about to take this joint home too, is I think Tua's fed up. Tua got to the podium today and was like, hold on a second. Before y'all start blaming me, it's Tua. We got dudes that are not committed. We got dudes not showing up to players-only meetings. Tua finally started snitching because he didn't want to be the only one to go to the principal's office. And we all been there before. Somebody get caught cheating, and Tua's like, well, he's cheating too. He was cheating too. Tua wanted to be the only one not to go to the principal's office, but you can't be snitching as a QB 2-5.
You know what? As I watched this interview, him at the podium, I hated it. I truly did. I just feel like for Tua, man, it was soft. If you got a problem with your players, address them. They not showing up, address them. You telling the media, so now everybody like got to answer to who's not coming to the player meetings and who's not showing up.
Yeah,
where you
airing them out, bro.
I look at guys like a Baker Mayfield. I don't know how talented people may think he is, but I will tell you this:
Eagles. Yeah,
people gonna show up to the only player meetings because they respect him. They don't respect Tua. They don't respect you because you do stuff like this. You go to the media to tell them the issues that's going on in the locker room instead of you being the quarterback of the team, the leader of the team, the C on your chest to go check them. This is terrible. This is why the Dolphins can't win. This is why the Dolphins can't win the big games. This is why. Because our leader can't be a leader. Our leader can't be real. Our leader can't be tough. Our leader can't be honorable. He can't be legit because you're going to the media to get some sympathy. Why y'all not playing well? Why y'all not winning? So when you ask me this question about, I'm so over it. I think the tour of Miami is done. I'm not saying he's soft as a player, but some of the stuff I hear, this is soft.
It is. It's embarrassing. Yeah, and the reason it's so embarrassing is because, like, under no circumstances a teammate can you start snitching. And the worst part is, don't dry snitch. If you got something, put an address on it so it don't get lost in the mail. Because here's what you were talking about.
That's more. That's way more respectable. It's worse. Like, it's bad in the sense of, like, that's just not a good thing to do. Like, to put somebody's specific name out there, but it doesn't look as, like, from a respect aspect. It's like you're not really scared of no smoke. You know, in that sense, I'm gonna say exactly who it is. You know. Like, you gonna stand on it to the fullest, you know. But no matter how you look at it, I still think he shouldn't have did that.
All week long, beat reporters, media analysts, and everybody that gets in front of a mic has to now start to ask, who skipped the meeting? Because if we don't start asking who skipped the meeting, we're not doing our job. And we can't afford to be as bad at our job as the Miami Dolphins are at their job. So it is journalists' responsibility, analysts' responsibility, beat reporters' responsibility to find out, well, who the hell missed the meeting? So now the entire Dolphins locker room is going to be bombarded with the questions of who hasn't gone to the players-only meeting. But the problem is, 2-5, and you know this, you can't force somebody to respect you. That's a relationship thing romantically, and that's a relationship thing in sports. I can't be like, LaShawn, respect me, I'm the leader. Shady never said, Acho, respect me when we was on the football field. I respected Shady because of the way he carried himself. I respected Shady because of the way he played the game. I respected Shady because of all pros, because of his Pro Bowls. I respected Shady because he's an all-time leading rusher for the Philadelphia Eagles. Shady never came to my locker and said, Acho, respect me. And so the dilemma the Miami Dolphins have at this point is, like, Tua, you can't force somebody to respect you. They got to respect you by your game. They got to respect you by the way you approach situations. And this right here, it's the last straw. It's the last blow.
I think it's very dangerous though too. The narrative that he's pushing right now, just because I think getting everybody or trying to get like you said, Shady, trying to get the media on your side whenever things are going wrong instead of talking to your teammates straight up is a diabolical behavior. And also, I think it's pretty telling that every former player I've talked to about this matter or has seen it has gone out and said, "Bro, that's on you. If you're leading a players only meeting and nobody shows up, it's because they just don't like you, bro." I'll be honest. They don't respect you. They just don't respect you.
I mean, but hold on, because there's a lot more here, in the sense that if they don't respect them 2-5, I think Tua's got to go. There's no way.
But it's not happening if the head coach respects him. So it's not going that way. But the thing is, it's going to stay this way until Tua changes this. Until Tua stops doing stuff like this. Because you can try to build a culture, and let's say you get the guys out of there who don't respect Tua. Let's say you trade those guys. There are going to be more guys who come in there, and obviously they're younger or they're not used to how this program works, and they trying to get into the culture. But if you have a guy who is the head guy of the team, the players throwing people under the bus, still doing this same thing, you're going to still continuously have the same turmoil or the same lack of respect or this lack of unity. So eventually they're going to have to pick and choose or choose both to go. But it's either it's going to be Tua or Mike McDaniels, or it's going to be both, you know. Because, it's just you just don't do that.
To respect a quarterback once you've lost respect. And here's the other thing, if you notice, Tua already, I believe, has talked to the players, because Mike McDaniel said that Tua had addressed the players privately. And now Tua's now addressing things publicly. Devon Achane, the running back, he said we don't have enough accountability. The entire Miami Dolphins organization is a complete cluster, and y'all know how to finish that sentence. It is a complete cluster right now. Chris Gears, the longest tenured general manager without a playoff win. Mike McDaniel, he goes to podiums and he acts like he doesn't know how to speak the English language. And Tua Tagovailoa is now sitting to the podium dry snitching. And so the Miami Dolphins organization, who do you want to follow there? Do you really want to follow the little scrawny head coach who hasn't led you anywhere? You can't really follow the quarterback because the quarterback's now dry snitching. And the quarterback doesn't have the necessary embodiment to be followed either. Tyreek Hill, he quit on the team last year at the end of the season when he walked off the field first. Then he had to come back and apologize. And he's hurt, so you can't even follow him. Jalen Waddle, he's never been able to be the vocal leader because Tyreek Hill's always been there. A-Chain, he's going on what, year 2? Who am I supposed to follow there? Jalen Ramsey, we shipped him off. Then we begged to get Minka Fitzpatrick back. Who are we supposed to follow there? I do not know who the Miami Dolphins are actually supposed to look to and say, you know what, that's our leader.
It's supposed to be the quarterback.
Yeah. They don't.
Supposed to be, but I don't know if they have anybody on that team that's been there that long or tenured that long, or the combination of being tenured that long and vocal enough to be the leader. You know, not a leader, but the leader. You know, I don't know.
When a quarterback get paid that type of money, he's going to be there for a while, right? Who else you going to follow?
Yeah.
Coaches can only lead you so far. You need guys in the locker room to step up and take charge. This is my team, right? Act like it. When I watch Tua, I don't think this is his team. He don't act like it. He like a guy that's on the team that's trying to get people's popular opinions.
Yeah.
Because why else would you talk to the media? Like, real quick, in the football world, players really don't like the media. The media's job is to make chaos, right? Good or bad, but make chaos. Why are you sitting up there telling the media what's going on in the locker room with your players? That don't even make sense. Yeah. And you want people to follow you? Shit.
Hey, Shady, if you had to decide between Tua and Mike McDaniel, who goes first?
That's a tricky one.
Mike.
Because I don't think McDaniel's the type of coach that can lead a group of men either, though. Right? I think he's flashy.
I go with Mike off the strength that Mike been enabling this with Tua. You know what I mean? So I get him out first. Because he going to do the same thing with the next QB. Now, I could be wrong. I like Mike more as a coach than I like Tua as a quarterback. And it's not to say Tua's a bad quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. But I think, again, you know, I think there are some character issues there. But it's kind of crazy because I think both of them are good at their jobs. But again, when it comes to the intangible aspects, there's some traits lacking. But McDaniels off the rip. I think I might go Mike off the strength that, again, Mike has fixed all of this because he's the head coach, and he's not.
I think he get a good offense, right? But I don't think he's a head coach. I don't think he's a head coach. I think he's a really good offense coordinator. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in how great a coach does for his offense and the play calls and the plays he makes and how explosive the offense is and the stats. What about the part of like managing and running a team and being a leader and people following you? Can't follow McDaniels. I remember in his first interview, I'm like, is he a head coach or he's like a really cool coach? You get what I'm saying? He's making jokes. You can relate to him. Yeah. I need a coach walk in the room and I respect him off the rip. Yeah. If he comes to the locker room, I'm not gonna disrespect him, but like you joking, you like a player. Yeah. So that's one part. And the two part is I don't think he's the starting quarterback. I don't see him as like a franchise guy. So that's a tough one, man. That's like if you like oranges or you like apples. I don't know.
Kieran, I need you to do something for me.
Well, they both should be going.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they both should be going.
Who's more to blame in this situation?
They both are.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Batman and Robin, dog. It's both y'all fault.
They both need to go.
You know what I mean?
Do something for me. Go back to the clip. I want y'all to watch something how I watched it. If we can go back to the clip. We're not ready for it yet, but when he is. Notice how I feel like Tua's talking to the media as though it's a therapy session. He's almost looking at the media to side with him, which is never how it's supposed to be. Like, look at Tua's cadence, look at his demeanor, and then even look at his enunciation. Like, Tua's talking to the media as though the media is his mom, his dad, his siblings. Like, he's looking for sympathy from the media.
This was the problem with Cam Ward said earlier. Whenever you're speaking to the media as if you're disgruntled about the team, instead of telling the team that you're just like you're not supposed to show publicly that your house is not in order. You're supposed to say, "Oh yeah, like look, we're working through it as a team or as a unit." Instead, he's playing the blame game. We got the video right here.
Play it real quick. Not all of it, just a bit.
Articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys. Right? We're expecting this.
So soft.
Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late. Guys not showing up to player-only meetings.
Why are you saying this?
There's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory?
Pause this.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Tua, he might be better on a different team because the right head coach will check this. So you're not gonna see none of this, and then it will force Tua to be more accountable. So again, I don't think he's a terrible quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. He's not elite, but I think he's a good quarterback. But I think you work on some of these traits, and you're going to get an even better quarterback. So, if the right head coach gets paired up with Tua, they're gonna get a very good Tua. And if McDaniels gets the right quarterback, vice versa, I think it's just not a good blend. Again, I think it might be that they just too buddy. It's too much of a friend relationship and not a head coach quarterback relationship. It's like not a kind of like it got to be like a parent and a child. Realistically, it's like to an extent you can let them cross certain lines here and there. But when they get a little too far, you got to check them.
You know what's crazy? 2-5. It just dawned on
like
me right
Nick
now.
Saban.
How many of us knew the Dolphins had a player-only meeting before today?
I didn't know.
I didn't know. Karen, you know?
No, not at all.
So none of us knew. Exactly right. None of us knew the Dolphins had a players-only meeting. And now we not only know the Dolphins have a players-only meeting, we know players skip the players-only meeting. And all because you told us, Tua. You told us all this information. Like, it's like when you arguing in your house and then you leave your crib and you start airing out the dirty laundry. Tua, nobody knew that there was a players-only meeting, and nobody knew you skipped it. The point of a players-only meeting is so it's players only. Not so it's media. Not so it's coaches. Not so it's Emmanuel Acho, LaShawn McCoy, and the entirety of the speakeasy and all y'all watching. The point of a players-only meeting is just the players. But I will say this. Mike McDaniel to the Philadelphia Eagles does have a good ring to it.
Y'all are sick, man.
It does have a good ring to it.
Y'all are sick. Y'all are
just
greedy.
saying
Y'all are greedy and y'all are sick, man.
Mike McDaniel to the Eagles has a phenomenal ring to it. That's all I'm going to say.
Over my dead body will y'all get Mike McDaniel. Oh, my God.
We'll step right over your dead body.
Y'all don't need that, bro. Y'all don't need it, bro.
Crazy.
Y'all do not need it.
Like AI on Ty Lue.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
We have to start off by talking
That was an interesting conversation, especially with the with Tua making them comments. That was it's like it's something new to every here and there, you know, and that's unfortunate to see. Like I said, he a good quarterback, bro. I think he got some good traits. Obviously, again, it's not elite traits, but I think he has some good traits. But he shoots his image. He shoots himself in the foot, his image in the foot, with the comments he consistently makes to the media. He need to go watch how Bill Belichick used to talk to the media, how Tom Brady used to talk to the media, how Jalen Hurts talks to the media now. You know, like, I understand, you know, it may not be you, but to get the best out of your situation, I mean, you have to adjust and you have to change, and that's just life. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed. All right, y'all, we got Pat is back. Acho and Shady react to Chiefs' dominant win over the Lions.
About the
I do think Pat is in the MVP race. Do I think he's a front runner? No, but I do think he has a shot trajectory-wise. But we shall see.
Sunday night
Time will
game.
tell.
The Chiefs dominate the Lions at home 30-17. Patrick Mahomes looking like the MVP that we know he is, looking like one of the best players in the entire world, like we know he is. To start off here today, what type of statement did they make out there tonight?
I think the Chiefs always remind you that you cannot forget about them. The moment you start to feel like, the Chiefs have lost it, Chiefs still have a losing record after 5 weeks, the Chiefs are sitting at 2-3, how are the Chiefs ever going to bounce back? The moment you ever feel like you can forget about the Chiefs remind you why they went to 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. The Chiefs remind you why they were on the verge of three-peating. The Chiefs remind you why Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks that's ever lived. The Chiefs remind you why Andy Reid is legitimately the best coach that's ever lived. Travis Kelce reminds you why he is indeed a first ballot Hall of Famer. And also shout out to Chris Jones for stepping up to the plate. He got called out after last game. In this game, he did make an impact. I believe he may have had registered half a sack. If not, at least he was responsible for a many huge sacks. So the Chiefs really reminded us why they are still considered a championship caliber team. And you have to consider them a championship caliber team for the foreseeable future.
This is why I can never count the Chiefs out, because they find ways to win, right?
I said it last week, even after they lost last week. It's nothing to stress about. If the Chiefs lose early in the season, I'm really not too concerned how many games they lose. They started off 0-2. I wasn't concerned. You know, it's just like, it is what it is. Like, we're gonna see what they really are at the end of the season. There's no way we don't see the Chiefs making the playoffs, even if it was hypothetically as a wild card team. They're getting in the playoffs.
Talk about the Lions coming in town. Everybody's so hype on them. Really, really good team.
And if they get in the playoffs, that's all they need to do, because then they got a shot to the Super Bowl. They just one of them teams.
Experience, explosive on the offensive side. They find ways to get turnovers. At times they get pressure. But the Chiefs just kind of dominate this whole game. If you watch the game from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, the Chiefs dominated. They look like the old Chiefs. They found ways to take shots, convert on third downs. Kelce found ways to get in the mix. Patrick Mahomes look like the old Patrick Mahomes. I can never count out the Chiefs, man. That's why I still think that they're still the top team in the AFC, because they are the Chiefs.
And you know what's crazy is the Chiefs beat you in your mind before they ever beat you on the field. What Dan Campbell said was, we got to go out there and we got to get 30 points in order to beat the Chiefs. That's why Dan Campbell and the Lions at the goal line in the first possession of the game, they're sputtering, they're figuring things out, they're running fake plays, all because of the fear of the Chiefs. The Chiefs haven't done anything this year to put fear in your eyes, but because of the presence of the Chiefs, because of the presence of Andy Reid, because of the threat of what Patrick Mahomes is capable of doing, now all of a sudden, the Detroit Lions, you're down there at the goal line and you're doing things that are very uncharacteristic. And so, like Shady said, the Chiefs really dominated this game. And I think the most important thing that has to be said, the running game finally looked competent.
Yes.
You know, like Patrick Mahomes has led the team in rushing this season, but has led the team in rushing far too many
That's
games.
crazy.
Isaiah Pacheco, 51 yards on only 12 carries. That's a winning caliber performance. Kareem Hunt, 23 yards on 6 carries. You're talking about 18 carries for a total of 74 yards. The Chiefs can win with that. Mahomes will give you his 20 to 30, 100 yards. The Chiefs can win with that when they get that 100 yards cumulatively. So I love what the Chiefs were able to do. Obviously, the Lions secondary is banged up, but the Chiefs It's crazy as it is to say because I think they're only sitting at 3-3. The Chiefs are still a top 3 team in the AFC.
But it's still early though. That's another thing. It's like they had a lot of hard teams they played against.
Yeah.
Right? When you win a lot of games, you get harder schedules. That's how it works. But it's still early. They're still kind of gelling, getting each other together. I think the Chiefs, we're going to see them in the playoffs this year doing what they do best, and that's win games because the Chiefs win. If you watch this game, the way they played the Lions, first of all, you can tell it's 2 top elite teams because they both are going for it. 4th downs, we got to go for it. We got to make sure that the defense, right, we dominate. We don't know if our defense can hold up. All I'm saying is it's hard to have that experience. It's hard to have that winning it factors that the Chiefs have. And no matter how bad they look at times, they don't look as explosive, they lose close games. No matter what it is, they find ways to win. Like right now, they're sitting at 3-3 and at 2-1 at home. Y'all telling me y'all don't think that the Chiefs is going at the end of this thing going to be at the top of the tournament?
And that's what's crazy.
You get what I'm saying?
That's what's crazy.
As bad as they look right now, nobody would bet that, you know what, I don't think the Chiefs is going to go far in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
That's what's
They
crazy.
look like they've
Come
continuously
on.
got better, though, as well. Like, even last week with the Jags, they shouldn't have lost that game. They shouldn't have lost that game. They made too
They
many
should have not
mistakes
lost that
at the
game.
end of that game. But even we were watching it and we were saying, man, Pat out here dealing.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes looks back to MVP form, back to 2023 Patrick Mahomes right now. He's been unbelievable.
Bro, you know what's crazy? If we're being honest, and I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, number one, I lost my voice. Number two, it's a chill Sunday. If we're being honest, this may have been the most impressive win any team has had this season, all things considered. Why I'm saying that, the Detroit Lions were blatantly a top 3 team in football going into this game.
4-1.
Had the longest win streak in all of football, 4-1. Their only loss was week 1, first game with a new offensive coordinator. And the Chiefs not only dominated, they dominated that game handily. Patrick Mahomes, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. You get 100+ rushing yards collectively between your 2 running backs and Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce has a season-high 78 receiving yards. You get some dimes in there dealt to Juju Smith-Schuster. Xavier Worthy made a couple plays here, a couple plays there. Hollywood Brown, he did his thing. So if you really factor in all things considered, this Chiefs win over the Detroit Lions was probably the most impressive win by any team all season, given how good Detroit is.
Ooh, that was actually what I wanted to ask you guys next. Detroit, I have questions about Detroit. In my opinion, when you look at their record, they look a little fraudulent. I'll be honest, they do look a little bit fraudulent. Their wins are over the Browns, they're over the Bengals, they're over. I believe their other win was over the Ravens, who aren't a good team right now. The 2 good teams that they played,
Interesting.
the Packers and the Chiefs, they lost by double digits to those teams. So I was gonna
Interesting.
ask y'all, are y'all disappointed in the Lions? Do you think that this is who the Lions really are, or was it just a bad night for them?
I have to say this, man. I'll let Oscar go first. I don't know what it is with these Cowboy fans, man.
Oh my gosh!
Like, what
But that is a respectable take he just made. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's very interesting.
you mean they're a fraudulent team?
I don't think
they frauds for sure. But again, that is interesting considering who they beat and who they lost to. You know what I mean?
they're as good as maybe their record indicates.
But you gonna tell me how the
beaten good
Cowboys
teams.
is a good?
But time will tell.
You know what? You can talk,
Here's why
Come on, man.
I wouldn't call the Lions fraudulent, because if the Lions are fraudulent, every team outside of the Buffalo Bills are fraudulent. You know what I mean? Even the Buffalo Bills lost to the Patriots, albeit the Patriots are sitting at 500, if I'm not mistaken now. The NFL is about as clustered as it's ever been through 6 weeks of football. And who's the best team in the NFC? Eagles? Well, the Eagles are coming off of 2 atrocious losses. The Lions? Well, the Lions, they just lost to the Chiefs. The Bucks lost to the Eagles, and they really got blew out by the Eagles, if not for Baker Mayfield trying to come back later in that game. Who's the best team in the NFC? The Rams? The Rams got 2 losses, and they didn't even look good versus the Ravens today. Who's the best team in the NFC? I don't know. In the AFC, who's the best team? The Bills? Oh, you mean the same Bills team that just lost to the Patriots? The Chargers? Oh, you mean the Chargers that lost to the Giants? The Chiefs? Oh, you mean the Chiefs that are at 500?
Sounds like parity in the league.
1,000%.
Yeah.
And so, given how much parity there is in the game of football right now, if you beat a 4-1 team, particularly a 4-1 team with a really good track record like the Detroit Lions over the last 2 years, it's a gigantic victory. Well,
it's still early in the year. It's really hard to see who's really good, who's really bad, just because how early it is. Other than I think the obvious teams, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I was about to say that we know the obvious teams who are good, and I think the Lions are an obvious team that's good. I don't see much to worry about with them, down the road. Like is there a question mark if the Lions are going to make the playoffs? I think the shoe-in teams will make the playoffs. The team, like the typical teams who did last year and who've been going consistently, they're going to make the playoffs regardless of how everything goes. And you may have your, select few who have good records right now, like the ones who again are not like the ones who are having good seasons right now, but weren't having good seasons last year. There are some who we might not see in the playoff conversation by the end of the year.
I truly think that the Lions, they're not a fraudulent team. They're a good team. They play good ball. They've been playing good ball this year, last year, the year before that. They coach very well, and they're determined. I can't sit there and disrespect the Lions like that. They're a good team.
Let me ask you this, 2-5, because this is interesting. Are the Lions the best? Who's the best team in the NFC right now?
Eagles?
Disregard the Eagles.
Bucks,
you have to say the Eagles. Your jersey's in the Hall of Fame there.
No. It's not because of that. They're the defending champs. We're making a whole big deal about a team that dropped 2.
Yeah,
right?
back to back.
Back to back, but I mean, they're a good team. Look at the roster. You look at what they've done. I always talk about like when does the resume matter?
Okay.
The team that struggled early last year, found a way to get it together, and then they start rolling. Why can't they do the same? If I did it before, why can't I do it the same?
So right now, 2 best teams in football, you would still say are Eagles and Chiefs?
This is why I would say, like, this is how you could determine if a team is really, really good, right? Okay. If I said, okay, Acho, you had to pick from the NFC side. If you had to take your whatever money you got in your account, and you had to pick a team. Yeah. Do you feel comfortable putting your money on the Eagles to come out the NFC? Or, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
AFC, right? I would say I feel safe to put my money on either the Chiefs or the Bills.
Yeah, 1,000%.
You get what I'm saying?
1,000%.
That's how you make and no, okay, who would you put your money on? If you had
I put it on the Chiefs, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I like the Chiefs defense better. And if they can click offensively, how they've been doing, I can see them beating the Bills. But, in the playoffs, we'll see if it's really the Bills' year or not.
Yeah. If the mortgage was on the line, you know what I mean? If I had to spend money to get my son back or my daughter back, what are you going to do? And I'm putting all my money on the Chiefs and the Bills, and I'm putting my money on the Eagles.
Yo, I hope my kid's future isn't dependent on Jalen Hurts.
Wow.
I just
hope.
You
hope not?
I hope not.
I hope
Interesting.
I don't get that. See, that's funny you say that.
I hope not.
Because
it's a lot of trust to put in Jalen.
But when you look at a player that's done the things he's done in such a short time, think about it though. Like he had moments like this last year where he might have didn't play well and throw the ball well. And you know what happened? Yeah. It ended up in confetti.
You're right.
You get what I'm saying?
He's not wrong about that.
You're not wrong about that.
What you got for us, Kid?
I got a better one for y'all real quick. Because Baker Mayfield is playing phenomenal.
Yeah.
Playing phenomenal right now. If you ask the world, who would you put your money on? Right? Baker Mayfield and the Bucks to do what they're going to do? Or Jalen Hurts and the Eagles to do what they're going to do? Everybody's going to take the safe bet.
I mean, obviously we're going to take the Eagles because they won a Super Bowl last year and went to 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years. So, I mean, yeah, that's reasonable.
The Eagles.
We could ask the chat.
I mean, we could ask the chat. We could ask the chat.
I'm saying if you had
in big 2025,
one quarterback to take out to the promised land. If I had one quarterback to take me to the Super Bowl out of Jalen Hurts or Baker Mayfield, right? Because Baker Mayfield he looks great right now.
Yeah.
Now, if you're talking about team, I'm going. Like if I have to like pick a shoe in, I'm going with the Eagles. But if you're talking about in the NFC, if you're talking about just quarterback, obviously right now Baker is playing better than Jalen Hurts. Obviously, because he kind of switched it. First he was saying the team, and then now he just said the QB's names.
He looked good last year, though.
Yeah.
The last 3 years, he's really been looking good.
Hard for me to trust the Eagles right now, but I mean, you could say the same thing about the Chiefs. I mean, they're 3-3. Say the same thing about them. It's hard to trust them right now, but I think we put a broader lens on this and look at a little bit of what they've done historically in the past few years. I think it's just in historically of how the league works. Typically, the top teams aren't really. It's not if they're having problems early on. Typically, they figure it out a little later. Now, if they're having problems like mid-season, take a little bit, but I think they'll figure most of the stuff out by the time playoffs come. I think it's fine. And again, I think they're shoe-in for playoffs. Again, and if I had to put money on somebody going to the Super Bowl, I mean, yeah, for sure. Like he said, the safe pick would be the Eagles for me. Eagles got more problems than the Chiefs. but I think it's fixable. You know what I mean? I think it's very fixable. It's not like they're missing pieces. You know what I mean? In terms of offense, defense, they can definitely upgrade at CB2, but you know, Chris Godwin will miss Monday Night Football against Detroit and Bucky Irving. I'm assuming Mike will too, but we'll see about that.
But I can't count on him to take me there. I can count on Jay because I seen Jalen do it.
We'll talk about Baker later.
If I had one offensive line or one running back or one wide receiver room, 100%.
And that's where the grace comes on my end, because again we seen Hurts do it already. And again, it's not even about Hurts. It's the Eagles. We seen them do it. We seen them go to the playoffs. We seen them go to the playoffs. We seen them go to the playoffs and win a Super Bowl and go to a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
I hear you. But we do have some super chats to get to. Jalen Gator 7 said, y'all think anyone gets suspended for the little scuffle at the end of the game, potentially hurting the Lions secondary even more?
What happened?
We got video right here.
Brian Branch
ended up just absolutely muffing Juju Smith-Schuster in the face.
Yo.
Now look at
Juju not gonna do nothing.
And this just caused an all-out brawl.
Why Juju fight his own
Oh,
teammate?
is he tackling him?
Juju, I mean, this is just not a look. Not a good
Juju,
look
now
for
all
Juju.
that to do what?
Yeah, just not a good look for Juju right there.
The problem is, bro.
Can we run it back real quick?
Yeah, run it back.
Because if I'm gonna get involved. So boy, that slap. Boom,
Juju
bang.
got a slappable
So
face,
I get
though.
the man jump like, all right.
It looked like he tried to flop and sell it, and then was like, "Nah, screw it, I'm gonna retaliate."
All right, what's up now?
You say Juju got a smackable face.
Definitely don't think it's a guarantee for the Chiefs like it used to be. I feel comfortable with the Chiefs. I'm not gonna lie, bro. In a playoff setting, I understand the Jags beat them. Do I trust the Jags in the playoffs to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs? I don't. Do I trust who else they lost to this season? I don't know. Do I trust the Chargers to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs? I don't. Do I trust no, I think they lost to the Eagles. But I don't trust these teams to beat them in the playoffs. Only teams I could trust to beat them in the playoffs really is the Bills. And that's even hard to say because the Bills haven't beat them in the playoffs. The regular season and the playoffs are two different seasons. You know what I mean? It's two different modes. So I can't really see. It's not too many teams I can see when the playoffs hit. Do these teams have enough? The Jags don't have a complete defense. The Chargers, they look iffy to me, but you know, it's like they got potential, but you know, I don't know. You can feel comfortable, but it's harder now. Yeah, I just excuse me. I just don't know what to expect from those teams when the playoffs hit, you know. But I know what to expect from the Chiefs when the playoffs hit. They win in the playoffs, you know. So
What he did? He didn't even do it. What's he
He
doing?
didn't do anything.
No, but I mean, to be honest with you, Brian Branch, this could be a suspension worthy thing. I mean, you see Juju Smith putting his hand out there.
yeah, I think Branch gets suspended at least one game.
Bro,
I think
you know
it's gonna be one.
what's funny to me?
They can't afford any
There's
suspensions.
usually like a post-game rollover. Juju probably said something, did something slick during the game. Brian Branch said, don't worry, I'm going to remember that. Brian Branch rolled up on him after the game, and he took care of what he wanted to take care of. I remember Aaron Donald during one game was waiting for the game to be over. Shady, you probably remember this. He grabbed his helmet, no shoulder pads on, and he went on the field and just charged up somebody. Players don't forget. If you try a player during a football game, make no mistake about it. When that game is over, they are coming for theirs. Are we
Especially if they lost.
got a close-up?
Yeah, no, we got
got
a
a
close
close-up?
up.
Yo, he went to
Just
shake
here
his
right
hand,
before.
though.
He literally went to go shake his hand. So
Yo.
look, so Juju's
Pull it up, bro. Pull it up.
Juju screaming, doing his thing. He walks over to Brian Branch, puts his hands out,
Bam!
boom, gets muffed
I
right
don't
to the
lie. I
face.
hate-
But Juju
violence.
acting, though. Juju acting.
Is
All
he
that-
acting?
Run it.
Yeah. No, he flopped initially. He tried to sell it, make sure a ref seen it, make sure somebody seen it, and I think it clicked in his head. Wait, the game over with. I don't need a flop. And he tried to go get back at him. You got 4 teams in the AFC over the Chiefs. That is crazy. That's crazy.
Whatever you try to fall, yes, he
All
was
that-
acting.
all that
Yo,
acting, bro.
just don't act super tough and gangster though, and then put your hand out. Know what I mean? I respect that because he must have said some disrespectful, did something to
Regular season wise, I mean, you can make an argument, but his history repeats itself. And every year we get teams that start off good, and then when playoffs hit, they don't perform to how good their record is. They could be number 2, number 3 seed and not be that good. Not be the second best team in the conference, or not be the first best team in the conference. You know what I mean?
Because you're not slapping nobody in the face for no reason.
Why'd he grab his helmet like that? I'm
I
telling
don't
you.
know.
You don't think Juju got a slappable face?
I'm not gonna say another grown man got a slappable face. Does he do some slappable things?
That's
Maybe.
my point. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That's my point. Juju does all that. He be playing too much. He be playing too many games.
He's a little different.
Like, and I played with dudes in the locker room like JP. JP didn't like people who played all them games. Jason Peters played 41 years. Shady knows JP Baywaiter. JP, if you played all them little silly games, JP wasn't about them little silly games.
Bro gonna say he played 41 years.
My
I
man.
don't know. Damn, what?
I was on the phone yesterday or 2 days ago. He was like, "Yeah, I played 21 years, but then they count my 21st year." I'm like, "What?" But real quick, when a player in the NFL, let me tell you something. When a player gets slapped in the face or something happens, they're doing something to cause that.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it,
you
Shady.
just hit me hard and I'm mad at you. Nah,
We your victim
you
blaming
must have
here.
said something disrespectful. Or
In the league, there's
I don't mind that though.
I don't mind it
Some
at all.
dudes need to get a kick in the ass sometimes.
Also, when Bo gets back healthy, the Broncos got the best defense in that division. The only thing here is this is how I look at it though. Pat has been to AFC Championship, Super Bowl, whatever. He has faced, him and Andy Reid has faced elite defense after elite defense after elite defense after elite defense. So for me to believe like there's a defense out there that's gonna really shut them down, it got to be a historically great defense. It got to be a Legion of Boom type defense. It got to be another level. You know what I mean? Like maybe like Saxonville or something like that. But they need the offense to match. And number one, the Broncos don't got the offense to match. You know, like one game the Broncos are good offensively, and then one game they iffy offensively. The Chiefs have been consistent offensively, and they have a good defense. And again, like I said, you put them in a playoff setting, they've already seen every defense that you could think of in today's NFL. So they've seen defenses better than, no offense, but the Broncos. I'm pretty sure they've seen defenses better than maybe the Texans, even though Texans are allowing an insane amount of points right now as far as like how little. I think that they're allowing 12 points a game right now. But I'm pretty sure they've seen some elite defenses, and it's not like, oh, this is something, they're doing something new, you know? It's like they're going to call up plays and ad lib and figure it out how to beat these. Because same thing with Tom Brady, you know what I mean? Bro played for so long, he's seen there's a new elite defense this year, but we seen the same style of defense 5 years ago, you know what I mean? And it's just not something that they haven't seen before, you know? And that's where experience typically always wins, because we've seen this already. And what bigger game to play an elite defense in than a Super Bowl, where everything is on the line, and this is it, you know what I mean? And they played elite defenses in the Super Bowl, in the playoffs, you know. It's just, I think when it matters most, that I think, you know, is I default trust to them, especially with how they're looking right now, you know. Broncos was only off offensive last game because Bo was hurt. No, I'm not gonna lie. That game, the first game against the Titans, again, and I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt, week 1, but they didn't look great that game either. I can't think. Kept this video off. Broncos on pace to break the sack record, and that'd be fire. That'd be fire. And again, they do potentially have a really good defense, but what will I say? I trust Bo Nix and that offense right now to beat the Chiefs in a playoff game. You could probably say, yeah, the regular season, but I don't know about playoffs. Versus the Jets, they look bad. Versus the Eagles, they got to win. A win is a win, but I can't say they look great versus the Eagles offensively. I think they looked okay. The Titans game, just for me, they look kind of sloppy. Like, again, I think they have more potential in them. Like, I think this offense can be better than what it is, and I think they got good personnel. but I can't say I can trust them because I haven't seen it, you know? Because, like, how I feel about the Texans, I feel the Texans can compete with anybody right now. I think the Texans can beat the Chiefs. But I don't know if the Texans can beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. I think it's possible if they click in offensively, because I think I trust that defense more than almost any other defense in the league right now. But I don't know if they will beat the Chiefs in a playoff setting. It's possible, but I think the Chiefs is definitely the favorite for me. Texans don't have a good offense, but you believe they'll win the division. They do got a good offense. Nico Collins. If Texans don't have a good offense, Broncos don't have a good offense. I'm just comparing. I mean, let's say Nico Collins versus Cortland Sutton. I'm taking Nico Collins. From what I see on Christian Kirk versus Troy Franklin or Marvin Mims, I'm taking Christian Kirk. You can take your poison between Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, and Xavier Hutchinson. I think Broncos get a wide receiver 3, Evan Ingram. I take him over Dalton Schultz. But the way the Texans play calling has been looking for the last 3 weeks is good. The last 3 weeks, the play calling for the Texans has been good. I have no problems with that. That's wild. The whole week 1 against the team. No. But I mean, I'm not holding it, but overall though, I haven't seen like any like the play calling just not like crazy nice like that for me to be like, oh, they're gonna get in a bag and they're gonna really draw it up playoff time. I'm not saying it's impossible for them to beat them. I'm just being realistic. Like, it's possible, but the Chiefs have better odds. Texans are not a good offense. All right, let's look at you know what? Texans schedule. Let's see. Now, this game bad. This game versus the Bucks, they scored 19. That was bad. They didn't do good enough this game. Versus the Jags, they did bad. After this game, I'm paying attention. I'm watching the play calling. They look so much better versus the Titans and the Ravens. I said 3 games. Oh, so it's just the last 2. But versus the Texans, versus the Titans, their play calling was different. Versus the Ravens, play calling was different. And now, here we go. The Ravens, they allowed 44 points, and they injured. For sure, they injured. But what did the Rams just do against the Ravens? We got to take that into account. What did the Rams just do against the Ravens? It wasn't 44 points. $17-3. Like, visibly watching the Texans play calling in these 2 games and watching they play calling in the first 3 games, it was totally different, bro. They really kind of clicked in the second half versus the Titans, and then against the Ravens, because again they could have scored. They easily could have scored 17 points versus the Ravens. Russ didn't turn the ball over a lot. They missed 10 people. They still missing. They were still hurt in this game too, though. Said Rush didn't turn the ball over. He had 1 pick. That's not a lot of turnovers. But I'm going off a 2-game sample, and I can ride that wave in these last 2 games. And the Titans, I mean, we look at the Titans defense. Yeah. They're not great, but they haven't been getting blown out. You know what I mean? It's not that I recall. They got whooped by the Colts. Pretty good beat down by the Rams. Outside of that, though, competitive. Versus the Texans. Rustin turned the ball over a lot versus the Texans. Henry was productive. Blake's in the Titans and injured Ravens. Nah. It has for me. It has less to do with the opponent and more to do with what I'm seeing with play calling. It's not it's again, because like I said, the Texans could have scored 17 points against the Ravens and won. 44 again, the fashion that they scored that 44 in, or the fashion that they scored this 26 in, especially in the second half, the play calling is different, you know. And again, are they gonna keep that up? I don't know. I would hope that if they do keep that up, then I give them a shot to beat a team like the Chiefs in the playoffs. But I wouldn't put them ahead of the Chiefs right now, just like I wouldn't put the Broncos ahead of the Chiefs. Only team that I could possibly put, if we're projecting to the playoffs, we jumping 10 weeks from now to the playoffs, or however many weeks that is from now, I would assume the favorite team to beat the Chiefs will be the Bills, and that's it. Everybody else will be underdogs. Everybody else has a shot, but they're not. Nobody's going to be favorite to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs besides the Bills. Texans got to beat a good team first. Nah, for sure. But I mean, we could dissect the Broncos wins. We could dissect them beating. They beat the Jets. They beat the Eagles. But look at the Eagles. The Eagles. We clearly know the Eagles are struggling offensively. They're not getting AJ Brown the ball. They're not getting Devontae Smith the ball. They lost to the Chargers. They lost to the Colts. They beat the Titans. The Titans are not that good. So I mean, you could break them down the same way. They beat the Bengals. The Bengals suck offensively. You could break them down the same way. The only good team they beat is the Eagles, and the whole league knows the Eagles play calling sucks right now. They struggled against the Jets, who suck. You know, so you gotta have a consistent. You know what I mean? You gotta be consistent. You said the Broncos can't because of the Titans and Jets when Bo was injured. I never said the Broncos can't beat the Chiefs. They could beat the Chiefs, but do I believe they will beat them in a playoff setting? Nah, I don't believe that right now. Like they wouldn't be my favorite. If I had to put money on it right now, will the Broncos beat the Chiefs in the playoffs? I'm not putting money on that. But again, you can make an argument that the Broncos, again, who did they beat? They struggled beating the Jets, and they could be injured or whatever. Your excuse is that Bo Nix is injured. My excuse is that the Texans' play calling has been bad. So my excuse should be just as valid as yours. Bad leverage call on the final kick. Should have beat the Colts. A loss is a loss. You know what I mean? The Texans lost their first 3 games by less than a touchdown or less. And CJ Gardner-Johnson gave up a touchdown in all 3 of them games. And then we cut him. In the very next game, we get a shutout on defense. So I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? It's context to everything. You got to be consistent. We get a shutout on defense. Offense starts performing better. The play calling on offense got better. You know. So I mean, an L is an L. You can't use this resume and be like, oh, this is strong enough evidence to say that the Broncos will beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. Eagles could easily have been winless. That's factual. That's factual. For me though, and it's same thing with the NFC, the Eagles would be my favorite because I've seen them go to the Super Bowl 3 times in the past 2 years. When it comes playoff time, they're gonna figure it out. All they gotta do is just get in. They get in, they're gonna figure it out. That's how I feel about the Chiefs. But it is what it, like, whatever happens in the regular season is what happened in the regular season. It is what it is, you know. I do enjoy seeing that you're biased. I'm not biased. Like, I'm biased to an extent. I'm not saying I didn't say that the Texans will beat the the Chiefs in the playoffs. You said the Broncos will beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. You got 4 teams over the Chiefs right now. I feel like that's biased. I feel like that's because they're in y'all division. Texans are in the same tier as us. It didn't sound like they was in the same tier a couple minutes ago. It sounded like the Texans were in a whole lower tier 3 times in the past 2 years. 2 times in the past 3 years, if I said that backwards. But now, again, based off the last 2 games, I believe in the Texans, but I'm not guaranteeing that they're gonna keep that up. That's a very good sample showing me that they might have fixed their offensive issues. And statistically, they have the best defense statistically. So if they can fix their offensive issues, score more than 24 points a game, and hold teams to 12 points a game, then we got a good recipe right there. Best team in the league, Buccaneers or Bills? I kind of want to take the Bucks. I'm not gonna lie. The Lions just lost. Eagles just lost. Bills play tonight. I mean, if the Bills lose tonight, then yeah, I think you got to put the Bucks up there to number 1. Which I don't think the Bills gonna lose, but we'll see. I think Texans can be so solid, but they struggle with the same things we do. I think from an offensive perspective, you can kind of say that. But I don't know. Like I said, based off of how the play calling was the last 2 weeks, that was very nice. It was very nice. Because it doesn't matter who you play as far as how good this defense is or how bad this defense is or how injured they are. Bad play calling can make a game very competitive. You can have terrible play calling and play the worst defense in the league. Their play calling was so flawless, bro. It was so smooth last game. So I don't know. I think if they can keep that up, that's gonna set them apart, and that's gonna put them back in them conversations. But if they can keep it up, that's week 1. Or am I tripping? No, this says week 6. I don't know why Judkins is becoming underutilized. Yeah, that's weird. They be giving more touches to Jerome Ford, which is weird. Very interesting. Browns ain't winning with Dillon throwing 40 times a game. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they play calling been buns the whole year though. I was saying that even with Flacco, like putting Dillon Gabriel, it's the same thing with Jackson Dart. You put the young mobile quarterback in, it's gonna give you a spark because of their athletic ability. But outside of that, like the play calling still is not great. I think they had one good drive in that game. They put together one good drive, and it's just the play calling not great. Play Shador. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's not that I don't believe in. I don't even want to see Shador play. I'm not gonna lie, because their play calling is not good, bro. Like he's gonna get bashed. That's it. He gonna get bashed. It's gonna be the same thing. He gonna get bashed. Now again, it could be a Jackson Dart situation where he comes in, he just outplays Dillon Gabriel. Could be, but I just don't trust. I don't trust the whoever calling plays. I don't really trust it. Now I do got to give the receivers some blame because they were dropping balls, but as well, we do got the second best defense in the league, giving up the fewest points. Let me see. Team stats. Can I look at overall defense? Because it only be showing me Broncos got number 1 overall in what terms? EPA per play. And number 1 based off of EPA per play. Can I look at total yards? Let's see. Now, Texans got a better rush defense and a better pass defense. So when we look at the stats, Texans got a better rush defense, better pass defense. And if I'm not mistaken, Texans got less points allowed. I don't know what EPA expected points average. I don't know. That's like a hypothetical stat. That's not a real like recordable stat. Team defense. Boys got 30 sacks. That's good though. That's very good. You can't do total yards. That's tough. That's crazy. Broncos and Texans play each other. You know what I'm putting my money on? Bond has been irrelevant again under Gabriel. I don't think that's Gabriel's fault though. That's the play calling, bro. If a receiver's not getting the ball, we have to blame it on the OC. He calls the plays. He has control. He can say, let's throw it to Isaiah Bond 10 times a game. He draws up the script. That's all on him. I think that's all on him. Y'all got no like other ways of breaking this stuff down? Each website is so limited. Like it only has certain categories. Team pass and rush stats. Let's see Pro Football Reference. Lights out. How we doing? Gabriel's throwing some hospital balls too. And we know Judy ain't tough like that to catch passes in the middle of the field. So on Pro Football Reference, they got the Texans ranked first. But I'm trying to see what are they points allowed? Oh, okay. Points allowed. So the Texans have the least points allowed in the NFL. Broncos are third. And the Falcons is second. I didn't know that. Interesting. That's interesting. Falcons going crazy with the yards too. 976. They're finna crack 1K tonight, but that's very good. That's very good statistically for the Falcons. The EPA thing is saying the Broncos defense is best down to down. What is EPA? Football. Expected points added, in advanced statistics that measure the impact of a play, potential to score. See, but this is like a hypothetical stat. It's not like is what a player is expected to get and then what it actually gets. It's like, you know, it's not how many yards are they actually allowing or how many points are they. It's like I can respect it to an extent, but this goes like kind of like lower on the totem pole for me. The Colts are my squad. I got a squad for sure, man. Y'all doing your thing. Texans on a bye week. You feeling good about them? Oh yeah. I'm feeling good. Who we play next week? I just need them to keep up the keep up what they doing, man. That's it. Need them to keep rolling. They play the Seahawks on Monday. It's interesting. It's gonna be a good one. Only third because we gave up 29 to the Colts. I mean, one game ain't gonna make the whole thing, you know. You guys, it's a totality of it, but they are a upper tier defense though, for sure. I wonder if they filtered like all the the rankings and all the notable stats and then averaged it out, how it would look like in yards allowed, points allowed. I know the Jets aren't good. Broncos held the Jets to -10 pass yards. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Jets offensive play calling is trash. I've been saying that all season. Aside from week 1, all season they've been trash, bro. Unfortunately. Richardson finna turn it around. Oh, man. I don't know. Hey, I'm curious who he gonna turn it around with, though. Tyler Warren going to win Rookie of the Year. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think it's gonna be Emeka Ibuka. I think it's gonna be him. Or I don't see Tyler Warren winning it. No offense, but I just don't see him winning it. I think the competition is kind of deep, bro. If Ja'Cory Krosky-Merrick is healthy the rest of the season, I think he has better odds than Tyler Warren. I think Emeka Ibuka, if he misses maybe one more game, I still think he has better odds than Tyler Warren. If he don't miss too many games. Jackson Dart, I think he does. I think Cam Scatterbull does. It's just it's some good rookies in this class. Ibuka out to week 10, so Warren got to go crazy the rest of the season. Even Ibuka was in the lead for me, but I still don't. I don't even think I'll put Warren over. No, I'll probably put he might. Yeah, he's over McMillan, Teddenborough, McMillan right now. But I think Scat ahead of him, and then they're gonna default to the quarterback. So if Jackson Dart can keep playing good, they're gonna default to the QB. That's just how that goes. Good. Glad my team is on a winning streak. Terrence Ferguson second half surge. We'll see. I don't know if I could trust it because they got Tyler Higbee. So it's like I don't know if I could trust it for real. November 2nd, we see on our field. So that's 3 weeks from now. Gonna be a good one. Broncos Texans gonna be an ugly game. It's gonna be a good defensive matchup. It's gonna come down to who can call the best plays offensively. That's it. Because it's two good defenses, so whoever can outplay call the other. That's what it's gonna come down to. So, like I said, if Texans can keep this up, bro, I really hope they can, but we'll see, man. They got some bright stuff to look forward to. Scat is a monster. I love his energy. Yeah, Scat a dog. He's a dog. Chargers finally using the right tight end. The thing is, though, I feel like the only reason why he even got to utilize, though, is because Quentin Johnston was out. So it's like, if Johnston was there, I don't know if he would have got as many touches, or maybe he would have, and Ladd would have got less touches. But it's only so many mouths you can feed, So it's kind of tough. The Niners losing their top 2 defensive players is just brutal. Very. But I think they'll figure it out. I think they're gonna be all right. I think they still got a shot to keep winning. But to the Bugs, interesting. And they've been in nothing but close games. Oh my gosh, they've been getting by. Every game has been close. You know what? That might have hit them. I mean, we'll see. But that might be a hit to them. because every game has been close. That's a testament though to how competitive they are, considering, you know, they're playing with injuries. Keenan would have been just running for cardio. What do you mean would have been? I believe Sean Payton, he turned our franchise around. Now we a 4-2 team. I believe in Sean too. I think I mean he got a good track record as a head coach, you know. Won a Super Bowl. He got a good track record. We gonna see. And that's the thing, you know, when I'm looking at the Texans, you know, yeah, the Broncos playing good defense, but I haven't really seen them have like a clinic offensively, you know, like hit a nice stride. Like some games look all right, but it's like I haven't, again, like a clinic. I don't know about that yet. And trust them. I need to see them hit they, you know, full potential. Nah, I could. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I just don't know if they've had one of them type games this year. Chargers offense is more balanced now than compared to weeks 1 and 2. Oh no, that's factual. Yeah, they definitely are more balanced. Once Najee went down, they start running the ball more, which is odd because you got 2 running backs versus 1. But sometimes 1 is better than 2. You know, that's how that played out. But Harbaugh went back to his old ways. That's what that is. You allowed to flex that game. We had a clinic against the Bengals. Flex that Ravens game, we had a clinic against the Bengals. Let's see. $29 for 42, 326, 2 in the tud. Now I'm just looking at this. This is okay. This is not super efficient though. He did his thing. I'm taking this here all day. I'm not gonna lie. 23, 27, 244. They did a good job running the ball though. This is very good. They did a very good job running the ball. But I don't know. First downs 29. First down, they only had to get 12. It's crazy. Total plays, sacks allowed, punishments, time of possession 37-58. They did pretty good time of possession. Pretty good. Oh, no, that's just. Oh, okay, that's over here. Okay. Yards per play 6.4. Okay. I'm gonna give him some grace. We'll see when the time comes. We'll see when the time comes. And this shit. 1, 6. I'm just putting this in perspective. They scored 28 points in 80 plays. Texans scored 44 in 66 plays. Now again, we're gonna take everything with a grain of salt. But just more context. That's it. We're gonna see. It'll be 2-hour quick stream. Yeah, I'm about to hop off. Texans play Broncos next. Nah, they play the Seahawks next. 500 total yards of offense. The yards is good though, but again, the most important thing is points, and I think that's what creates partial of that efficiency. Baller. Broncos didn't try to score more. We ran the clock out. Y'all scored 7 in the fourth quarter. That's still something. Commanders giving BTA tonight easily. What are they playing? Can't even think of the schedule. I know it's two. Oh, the Bears. Oh, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. Hopefully. All right, y'all boys. That time. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Good kicking it. Y'all boys be blessed. And I might catch y'all tonight after the game. So y'all boys be blessed. I'm gonna see how I feel. Take care.